from Spider-Man to Superman to Batman and to Carlos Ahenkorah Usain Bolt. The dissolution of the 7th Parliament was somehow chaotic, and then it triggered a lot of reaction on social media as members of Parliament who were to know better misbehaved and conducted themselves in ways that was very, very laughable. The inauguration of the 8th Parliament was quite a funny one, as both members of Parliament on the other side failed to reach a consensus, but finally Alban Sumana Kingsford Bagbin was selected to be the Speaker of Parliament. Muntaka Mubarak, yes, Muntaka Mubarak, MP for Asawasi constituency, has been speaking on Carlos Ahenkorah. He's been speaking about Carlos Ahenkorah. Ebusian for Bekaya video now a call viral no Carlos Usain Bolt Ahenkorah for ballot papers now they joining on. There was this particular MP now all bonnet Muntaka Mubarak was given Carlos Ahenkorah some slaps on his head. It generated a lot of laughter on social media. Muntaka Mubarak, the MP for Asawasi constituency, has finally come out to talk on what really transpired. He's been talking about Carlos Ahenkorah. Also, he really regrets doing what he did to him. He regrets beating him because at the end of the day, it was laughable. Or see, it wishes Carlos Ahenkorah hadn't gone to take the ballot papers. A triggers a reaction from Onu Muntaka. It was for Muntaka Mubarak.
Our results have been gazetted. It was left only the swearing in. So I believe that that's what we need to do to show example to this country. And I keep saying, from the bailiff service to the clerk, all the way to military invasion and the police invasion of the chamber, till we got voting, needs to be investigated. And Parliament must set up a committee. All of us who were seen doing one thing or the other appear.
What kind of committee are you looking at?
Well, obviously it has to be a committee of the House, where we must investigate this. Then
privileges cannot do that, or it has to be a separate committee.
Privileges will best suit Carlos.
Okay. You suit Carlos.
Yes, Carlos'
and not
behavior.
Your side, not the members of your side.
What we did, my view, I mean, we may disagree when we meet because, I mean, like you rightly said, we are masters of our rules. We can choose to say that from the very beginning to the end, take everything to privileges. Or because the instances were different, this one was about the process of voting. So take all the issues before and during the voting to a special committee. And then the misbehavior of Carlos was distinct because he was not an agent. He had no business running to touch the ballot papers. And he did, and he snatched it, and he was running out. He was there like a thief.
Did you beat him?
I did.
How did you beat him? What did you do?
Because when he picked the sheets, we were struggling to get the sheets. He turned some and was putting it in his mouth.
So he put it in his mouth? How many papers did he snatch?
Well, because some were being counted and they were on the table, we could only deal with those that he snatched. Unfortunately, when we brought them, we put them together. And we noticed that some of the sheets, some of the papers were not there. That was why we insisted that, fortunately, once we finished counting one, which was 136, and then there was one spoiled, if you added that as 137, it meant that the rest, since every single person voted, unfortunately, let me say that both sides, together with the returning officer, were all taking the members. And we all saw that every person voted, 275. So simply take the 136 that Professor Michael Craig got, the one that was spoiled, the rest is 138. So, I mean, that was the basis that Right Honorable Barbie we were struggling to get all the sheets from him. I mean,
you slapped him?
It was just unbelievable what he did.
Do you regret it? Do you regret beating another colleague?
I really wish he didn't do what he did, so that we didn't get to humiliate Parliament to that level.
So you don't regret beating him?
No, I mean, I believe that getting physical on each other was not the right thing. I mean, but under the given circumstances, believe me, it was later when I was looking at the clip that I realized some of the things that happened. It looks laughable later, but I really wish it didn't happen.
All right, so there you have the MP for Asawase Muntaka Mubarak has also been saying that one thing that really helped them was that Oko school or Tamasco, yeah, Tamale senior high school. Or say when he was in school, he was part of sprinters, just an 100 meters and all that. Into or you're very, very fast or you're very, very swift. Into BBC, want to me fan Ahenkorah or bet chose here, my menfa as the PSA and my account spa and cosmetic. It was for Muntaka Mubarak. Ebi musi oye Superman, ebi musi oye Spider-Man, ebi musi oye Batman, Carlos Ahenkorah die nipa bebre na say oye Usain Bolt. Now when some members or some constituents of Tema West constituency say omubu efuye pan because nipa omo electing say onko represent omo our parliament, that is Honorable Carlos Ahenkorah agu omoni ase ye pan because as a legislator you shouldn't be doing stuff like this in parliament. Into say they've opened a book of petition from enrollment day 11th of January to Wednesday. Almost say omoji nipadudo na signature senebeya ombeyi Carlos Ahenkorah a free parliament. They said sir reaction very, very distasteful. As a member of parliament you shouldn't be doing that, you should know better. So how is it going to end? Are they finally going to have a petition to bring and then to call for the removal of Carlos Ahenkorah from the House of Legislature? We'll live to see. But then when everything happened, Carlos Ahenkorah out because it was the NPP in him. As a captain, it was very, very difficult to see his shipwreck. Say NPP 4A Dinkuku because you can 136 ballots in favor of Professor Mike Okwe. Now Yebekaya 1 ballot got spoiled into now acquire 137. Now all your calculations now it means that automatically the NDC were going to have 138. That was what triggered the reaction. Or the ballot papers ni bikra no video be out video be a cover viral say na say chairman Bonsu former majority leader and now Otanechi are now all pushing say na koyesa no say chairman Bonsu, and a lot of people have reacted say no, they didn't do that. Empono and some are yet titini been say say chairman Bonsu and the leadership of parliament on the side of the NPPC on Betri Carlos Ahenkorah because what he did is not something the party stands for. What he did a good part in whom and so that is what is coming from parliament.
How?
I mean, you saw the video. Yeah, you couldn't hear the audio. You can't hear it loudly. But looking at the video and what happened, I mean, he has to do a lot of explanation why he claims that he was not the one who instructed Carlos. You remember there was the MP for Tolum was standing and blocking his view. He asked him to give way. And you see, when someone is, he claims that, he just mentioned it to him. If Honorable Chairman, sir, with the greatest of maybe for lack of better word, was very responsible at that moment, when he saw Carlos moving towards there, having told you that this is what he wanted to do, if you disagree with him, you could have immediately stood up and held him, or signify those of us who were the agents.
That this is what with the speed could have done.
No, look at from Che, from the leader of government business. He slowly moved there. He didn't rush there. Just watch the video. He slowly walked towards the counting officer before he did the snatching. So what was the Osei Chairman expecting? When he was moving towards there, when he has told him this is what he was going to do, and he claims that he told him, don't dare do it. And you saw him moving towards there, what were you expecting? When this ballot that we're saying that is spoiled, when I was very convinced that if we were to litigate on that, that was our vote. Because the person, remember the nomination, Right Honorable Babin was nominated first. So I want to believe that when the gentleman or whoever did the voting, when he thought he was one, so he voted and realized that no, that's not him. So he cancelled it. The person cancelled it and came right here and take.
Okay.
So I thought that was a very straightforward decision. It wasn't that the person ticked here and ticked there. No, you could see the tick and then cancel, and then ticked here. But because they wanted to litigate and I was the agent, I took the risk to say, fine, I agree that this is spoiled. Let's keep it as spoiled. Then, with where he was, he insisted we should show it to him. And you see, if you watch the whole video, you see that myself and Anu Dompre had to point that spoiled paper to him. In fact, got it closer to him. Then said, this one, especially when he noticed that it was ours. Oh, this one they is spoiled. I said, I won't litigate with you. Let's keep it. So he can't tell us that he was not partly responsible for what.
Meanwhile, Muntaka Mubarak has still been talking. He's still talking. Or say some Supreme Court judges, some members of the NDC, anka omo bribiomu. Yes, or say a Supreme Court judge called some members of Parliament on the side of the NDC to vote for Professor Michael Kwe. They promised them money. They promised to take care of their children, and then they promised every year be till the 4 years never ending or be enjoy free for. Yankoti Muntaka Mubarak Embra.
They were reaching out to our members and they were offering them all manner of things. Let me tell you, there was one that was led by, so shamefully, a Supreme Court judge called a colleague, lady, telling her what they will give her. She has children, they will help her take care of her children. She can take fuel from a filling station for the 4 years. And the time he made those calls, we are looking at all those things.
Therefore, that was Muntaka Mubarak, and then Carlos Ahenkorah has been a household name ever since the Usain Bolt action and all that. Shatawalimpo Eddie Abeya Syria. A lot of people have been talking about Carlos Ahenkorah. Empono, one person, Sarkodienso Ebekasa, says some people do not deserve the honorable title. What do you make of all that Muntaka Mubarak has said? Do you agree with the MP for Asamase, or do you think it was the NPP in Carlos Ahenkorah and trigger all of this? Then should Carlos Ahenkorah be forgiven, or should he be taken out of the House of Legislature? Senebeya, there is some serenity ebeba your Parliament House. Senebeya, honorable members of Parliament will start conducting themselves as such. It was therefore the ball is in your court now. Do not forget, Madika Kachram say account spa and cosmetic, and I almost saw my sneak day held me down, and then I'm bringing this show to you. Account spa and cosmetics say we have facial, we have manicure, we have pedicure, bra almost so I think so advanced massage therapy. Account spa and cosmetic are the people to call, and I think so Dr. Amuzu, yes, Dr. Amuzu say Brian so we Ubema how you have problems with your genital organ. To me fire ye say na wape to say hello apino Mr. Dr. Amuzu so your friend numbers now a wall screen is say Dr. Amuzu Tichiman or Accra or Kumasi or Sunyani or Cape Coast. Dr. Amuzu has branches all over the country. I say Brian so now Bema ebejina so you also you bet to me afro me represent for a Ghana page. A friend me gypsum will be to me a friend MC General. Are we best?